everyone, it is Eunagina here and welcome to this speed build video. So basically what we're going to do today is we are going to work a little bit on my 10-minute build challenge because a few days ago I actually did do a 10-minute build challenge and I built this house that you're seeing right here. Which I actually quite liked. I quite liked the house, but the only problem was just that I did not have time to sort of make a garden or actually decorate it a lot on the inside. So it's quite bare on the inside. It's only got the bare essentials pretty much, and then no gardening at all, like no landscaping, no terrain paint, no anything. And I had a lot of plans for it. Like when I was building, I was like, yeah, I really want to like make some nice garden and all that, and I didn't, because I didn't have time. So so here I am. I'm back with that 10-minute challenge build, and I'm going to be making it into a really nice build, actually. I really liked how it came out, and I enjoyed making this very lovely cottagey garden. It is so pretty, so serene, so lovely, really. I'm just really enjoying it. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed making a garden for once. I don't actually, in a lot of my builds, I don't spend as much time on garden, mostly because we don't have as much garden in most of the builds that I've been doing lately. So I haven't really been doing a lot of landscaping because but is what I meant, not because. But I actually do enjoy landscaping quite a lot. I think it's a very, very sort of nice, peaceful thing to be doing. So I'm happy that I got to play around with that quite a lot in this build. So there's a lot of stuff to do. I've made like a nice path around the house, and right now I am just terrain painting to make the entire place look like very nice and sort of lush. I want a very lush look, and I'm also using a lot of the spring flowers and all of that in the grass. I've used a lot of different types of terrain paint to cover the grass. That is a little tip for you guys. If you want to do nice landscaping, it is a very good idea to pick out like maybe 3 or 4 different grass colors and then just sort of give it a very soft brush all over the garden to give it a very nice lush look, so that it looks a little bit less repetitive. You can see compared to the grass on the lot next to it, it looks a lot more sort of natural because there's a lot more sort of variety in the terrain. So that's a little tip for you guys. If you want to do some nice landscaping, I can recommend that you go and use a lot of different terrain paints. And then I've also made that path, and I also used dirt and grass on top of the path just to give it a more sort of one-in look. So it sort of feels a little bit more like the path has been there for a while. It's not just newly put in there. So yeah, I am putting in lots of flowers in this house because I don't know, I feel like cottages are just the perfect place to go crazy with flowers. I did of course try to sort of make it not feel completely crazy for your eyes to look at, but I have put quite a lot of flowers. I've done a few things to sort of give it more of a orderly look, just to sort of frame in. I've sort of made frames-ish around some of the flower beds so that it'll look a little bit less messy. But basically it is supposed to be a garden where everything is sort of just growing the way that it would grow naturally. The person who lives here has probably just planted a bunch of flowers, and then the flowers has just kept growing, and the person has not done anything about that to stop it, because she likes it. And I'm saying she now because actually the inside of the house I end up going with like a sort of shabby chic style, and I do think the style I'm using is quite feminine, so I do imagine that there will be a lady living here. There could definitely also be a couple, so it could be a couple, a man and a woman, or 2 women, or whatever. But yeah, it is a bit of a feminine house on the inside, I think. So yeah, I'm imagining that they have just sort of planted the stuff and just let it grow however it wanted to, and then they have also trimmed it a little bit in some places just to bring some sort of order. You'll see me adding a little bit of sort of flowers placed in more of a pattern rather than just growing wild. And then of course I've used all these rocks to frame in some of the paths, which I think looks very, very sweet and natural and pretty. I'm really liking these thistles. I actually don't use them that much usually, but then I was like, well, usually when I see thistles, they're always purple. So I went on and used a purple colored thistle, and I actually really like this nice bright pastel-y purple thistle. I think it's so cute. So I'm using those to frame in a lot of the flower beds, and I think they actually bring some order to the garden. Even though it adds even more flowers to the garden, it's still sort of, because they're placed in a nice row around the flower beds, it sort of brings a little bit of order to the garden so that your eyes don't get crazily distracted because there are just so many flowers everywhere. So I think that worked quite nicely. It definitely looks better than when it was just a bunch of flowers everywhere without any order at all. So I think the key to making like a nice overgrown garden for a cottage is to make it look random but add some elements of control so that it does not feel too confusing. So here at the back I'm also going to be making a bit of a sort of, what do you want to call it? I was going to say a garden, but that's what all of it is. So planters, I'm going to put in some planters, and she's going to have some sort of herbs and some strawberries and a few different things, because I felt like she would definitely be the type of person who would do gardening and grow their own vegetables and their berries and their flowers and all of that. So I've placed a lot of planter boxes. And then there are also some strawberries growing wild just sort of around the place, around where these planter boxes are. So I'm placing some chamomile and different things. So you can see what I just did here, by the way. I just cut past a whole lot of stuff because I was putting in the flowers. I was using the bb.show hidden objects cheat to get the chamomile and all the different ingredients for planting, but you're not able to place the actual plants. So I placed like a piece of chamomile or whatever I wanted to plant on the planter box, and then I had my Sims on the lot, and she just went around planting all of it and tended the garden until it started blooming basically, and then I continued from there, so that when you move into this house you actually have a nice complete garden with everything already growing. And I also wanted that look a little bit more because it looks nicer than when you just have a bunch of unfinished plants just sort of growing but not really growing yet. So I wanted them to be growing fully by the time you download it. So yeah, and then I made this little nice area where I thought it would be a really nice little sitting area to be enjoying life. I do kind of wish that there wasn't like a sidewalk next to this lot. I don't know where I would place this lot. Like, I tried to place it in the most sort of remote lot I could find, but of course you could maybe place it in Granite Falls, but I don't really feel like it fits into that very sort of pine foresty world. So I'm not really sure where you would put it, but I guess you can put it wherever you want really. Of course you can put it right here. I think it works just fine here, but I do feel like it would probably be somewhere a little more remote in the real world. That's probably how it would be. But I really like this little sitting area outside, and I'm also putting in an easel here because I felt like, why wouldn't it just be really, really serene and awesome to just stand in this beautiful garden and to paint? I would definitely enjoy that. So I just thought that I should have an easel there. I thought that would be pretty cool. I actually enjoy painting and drawing quite a lot, but I haven't done it a lot since I was a child. I was quite decent at it when I was a child, and I wouldn't say I'm terrible now, but I'm definitely not like good compared to a lot of very talented people out there. But I'm not like super bad at it either. I would like to have time to do these kinds of things, but I don't feel like I have the time. Of course, you can always take the time. It's a matter of prioritizing. So I guess there are just some things that I am prioritizing higher than painting and drawing, but I do enjoy doing it. I think it's a very relaxing thing to be doing as well. And I don't know, basically I just enjoy being creative, just like with building in The Sims, because I feel like it's just, I don't know, there's something about being creative. You create like a drawing or a painting or a house in The Sims or whatever it is you create, and it's just so satisfying to see the result when you work on something and it ends up looking so aesthetically pleasing, and you're just looking at it and thinking, yeah, I made that. I'm really, really proud of that. And I think it's okay to also be proud of something if you've made something good. That's also something that is a little funny, I think, with our culture today, that like you need to be so careful with being proud of something that you do, which I think is a little bit weird. Like, of course you shouldn't be cocky about it or anything, but on the other hand, like if you've done something, if you've worked really hard for something and you're really happy with how it came out, I don't see why you should not be allowed to be proud of that. So I am proud of some of the things that I do make here in Sims because I work really hard on it. I work very, very hard on my builds because I really enjoy doing it. So I'm so happy and proud when it finally comes out in a way that I think is satisfactory for me. So yeah. But anyways, we are doing the kitchen now, and actually we start out with this sort of very dark theme. So you won't really see the shabby chic kind of look yet. I'm going to be changing it all up a little bit later. The reason, what really happened here was because I had done the 10-minute challenge, I had already put in wallpaper and flooring and all these things because I was trying to complete the house sort of for that challenge. And usually what I do when I build is, before I start furnishing, I put in wallpaper, of course, and I put in flooring in the entire house. And then by the time I'm doing that, I go into the house and then I start furnishing. And what happened here was I went into the house and I saw the wallpaper and flooring was already there. And I just sort of automatically just went with it without really thinking about the fact that I might want to change the walls and the floors and all of that because I had done it in such a rush with the 10-minute challenge that I could definitely have changed it up. So I didn't think about that in the beginning. So all the furniture, I'm also sort of making the furniture fit in with that color scheme I've used. But I'm going to change it up later because I actually did not want this cottage to be so dark and gloomy and sort of this. I know it's a very traditional cottage style I'm using, I feel, because it has all these sort of darkish colors and very sort of grandma-ish furniture and all that. But I don't think that's not really what I wanted to go with. I wanted it to be a house where you can live with your sort of modern Sims as well, and at the same time I still want it to feel like a cottage. So that's why I felt like shabby chic could work. The style shabby chic is sort of fit in a little bit because that one can sort of feel very cottagey. At the same time, it is also a style that some people do like to decorate their house with in this modern day. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I really like this table, which is from... where is it from? Is it from movie stuff? Or is it from... no, it can't be Romantic Garden. Can it? No, I don't think so. Anyways, I like it. I think it's a very nice table. It's got some nice swatches and it's good at sort of brightening up the place a little bit. So, really like that. This is where I sort of started changing the theme of the house. You can see I started changing the wallpaper. I was actually just looking at that very sort of boring, drab, sandy colored wallpaper that I put in, and I was like, this is so boring to look at. I really need to brighten this place up a little bit. So that's why I went with this wallpaper that I've selected now, with the white paneling and some yellow wallpaper, and I think this is really nice. It still looks like a cottage styled wallpaper, and at the same time it brightens up the entire build a little bit. And I keep all of these sort of stone walls on the outside because I felt like I really liked that. I thought that also added a lot to the cottage theme. And sorry that my recording is just stopping for a few seconds once in a while. It was because my husband was talking to me, I think, so I was just trying to lead a conversation while also keeping up my my build a little bit. So I really like this couch as well. It's such a nice little wicker couch, and it's got all of these nice patterns, and I just thought that was really cute. I ended up going with that one because I thought that was very nice. So I did try my best to use a lot of different items that would still feel like it is a place where a more modern person can live, but at the same time cottagey. I didn't want it to feel like it was an elder necessarily who would live here. I did want it to look like a young person could live here. A young person who loves nature and cottages, basically. So there's also a lot of pink and purple or lilac shades in this house. Not so much that I think it's sort of overwhelming at all. I just put like some pink flowers and all of that here and there. I do think it's subtle enough for it to not be too much of the good thing. So I just think the pink color was quite cute with this shabby chic theme. So now you can see I'm changing up everything that I did in the kitchen. I'm actually also going to change the counters to a different type of counter that does not have a black tabletop. And I'm also then changing all the flooring and all the different furniture that I have sort of colored after what I had sort of done with the wallpaper to begin with. So yeah, it's all getting changed up now, but I quite liked how it turned out. I think this is a lot nicer. And this is just a little entrance place where we just kept our shoes a little bit, and there's a nice end table to put your keys and all of that, and a nice little sunflower thingy vase, which I think is really nice and quite fitting for this type of build. And changing up the color because that yellow did not really fit in with the entire theme anymore. So yeah, and yeah, I'm changing out that bookshelf because again I wanted something that was slightly more modern, and I thought that one fit in quite okay with the shabby chic theme. I was wondering what to do with this big open space that we had at the back of the living room. I didn't really know what to do with it. I took a long time just sort of looking at it, wondering what to do. But I think, I don't really remember what I end up doing. I have this little dresser here, but I think what I end up doing is delete the rug under the easel and then have a big rug sort of on the floor, covering that big open space, which sort of makes it feel a little bit less bare. So that's all right. And then I also put some posters up on the wall next to the easel with, it looks like it's some drawings, and I am thinking that if it's a painter, she might also do some drawing. So yeah, that sort of fit the theme again. And I'm making the staircase white because now I have changed the entire theme. And I really love this vampire toilet that we got. It is very nice for this particular cottage, I think, because it also sort of fits the style better than any of the other toilets, and it comes in this very nice white color with the gold detailing on it. So I think that is quite a nice one. Yes, I am definitely complimenting a toilet. Don't worry about that, guys. I just think it's a nice toilet, okay? So I actually like the bathrooms in this particular build. I think they turned out really cute. A lot of the time I ignore bathrooms because they are usually not that interesting, and it's not like it is super interesting in this build, but I think they're very cute. I don't know, I just really liked the style and the items I put in. It just sort of felt a lot more interesting than most of the bathrooms that I make. Yeah, okay, now I'm changing up that rug that I was talking about because I felt like that sort of gave the place a little bit more of a more decorated feel than what it did before. I was trying to see if I should change out the bathroom floor tiles, but there wasn't really anything that would go better than what I had chosen already, which I think those floor tiles are quite good for a cottage again, because they sort of feel very, I don't know, cottagey. So what I was doing here, I was trying to make a little bit of a sort of shelving arrangement, or like a cupboard or drawer arrangement. So there's lots of room for clothes and other things, basically. Oh, and I also forgot to say that we have also a children's room in this house. I don't think I said that, but there is a children's room, and I did make it with a girl in mind. Of course, you can change the color scheme in there, or you can just have a boy live in it. No one says that a boy cannot enjoy pink colors and purple colors, but either way, I have made a children's bedroom there, so there is also room for a child if you guys have a family that you want to move in here. And I really liked using those, what are they called? The wall lights, sorry. The wall lights that I used above the bed and also above the dresser. I think those are really, really cute. I've never used them before, I think, but I think they fit in quite well with this style. So yeah. So here we put it. I think this room is like the most shabby chic looking room in the entire house. I really like it. I quite like this chess table, and I kind of wanted it in the house, but it felt weird to have a chess table in your bedroom, so I got rid of it, and then I put a chair with some flowers on it, pretty much, and I think that's really nice. And I really like those chairs that I also put near the other window there, the ones next to the bookshelf. I know they are a lot more modern than the rest of the build, but I just felt like they fit the style quite well, and they also brought in a little bit more of a modern element, which is what I wanted, basically. So yeah, I really like this bedroom. I think it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite room in this house. I just think it looks really, really nice. So this is the children's bedroom, and we are just going to go for a white bed, I believe. But yeah, as you can see, I did put in a purple, no, not a purple, but a pink curtain, so, and also like a pink purple toy house, or what, doll house. So it is sort of themed after a girl, but of course you can use it for a boy's room if you want to, and you can also change up the colors a little bit. I don't think it's going to be hard to just simply use the color tool and just sort of change the colors in there, and then it'll look like it's a boy's room without much of a problem there. So this is quite a nice little room for a child. I think there's sufficient toys for them, and she also has a computer and some music stuff going on, so there's plenty to do for the child here. I also put in the painting table and a violin and all that, so there's like lots of activities for your child to do as well. So yeah, I thought that was very nice. I think it's a nice little bedroom for the children. And I never actually noticed that swatch for the bunny before, the bunny teddy thingy that I've put next to the bedside table. I never noticed that there was this rainbow dots swatch, and I thought it was super cute, so that is why I went away and used that. I thought it was too cute. So yeah. And she has another big teddy. She has many teddies in this house, so she's maybe a little bit spoiled. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah. So this is the other bathroom. This is the one that will have a shower and a tub, of course, as well. The downstairs one just has a toilet and a sink, but this one is where they will shower. And I really liked using these tissues and the soap together, because they actually came in the same swatch, which I've never actually noticed before. So I was happy with using those two together. And I really liked this, the towels. Is it a shy lilac? Because I feel like it looks like a shy lilac, but it might also be a little bit grey. I'm not really sure about the color, but I did pick it because I felt like it looked a little bit like it was a shy lilac color. And I couldn't find a railing that fit the, or a fence that fit the railing that I used for the staircase here, which is kind of weird. But anyways, we're actually off to the screenshots now, and then I will talk to you on the other side of the screenshots. See you there! Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the screenshots and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like on this video. That would help me out quite a lot because I'm a very new channel. And also, if you are not a subscriber of mine and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to explore what other content I have. I have a lot of builds, I also have a let's play, I also have build tutorials. I have a lot of content on my channel and I also upload daily content. So if you are not a subscriber of mine, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy what I do. But otherwise guys, thank you so much for watching, have a great day and see you soon.